Welcome to another episode of the DamGood Convo. This is a show that we put together to help you achieve mastery in life and in business. And today we're going to be talking about building the culture of excellence. Now, this is very important at this stage to talk about because I've seen and I've interacted with a lot of people in the last couple of weeks and months. And one of the major problems we have in this country is the mediocre mindset. The mediocre mindset. And now it's costing us badly, even in our national life. But remember, charity begins at home. So today my focus is going to be on how we can build our culture of excellence in our lives and in our business. Excellence is everything. You must have a compulsive disorder, literally, on excellence. That's a good disorder to have if you ever want to succeed. The next 10 years is going to be very tough. I'm not a prophet of doom. Globally, economically, one of the ways for you to be outstanding is for you to be a person of distinction. And you can achieve that without being an excellent person. Excellence is a spirit, but excellence is also a culture because it can be built. So you can learn it, you can build it, then it becomes a spirit. That means it becomes like part of you. Now, the first step or the first mindset I want you to have regarding excellence is always make your best attempt, even for the first time. So don't say there's going to be another attempt. Don't say there's going to be, somebody's going to vet it, somebody's going to look at it. Or another way we look at it is that nobody's really going to look at the details. You know, you need to pay attention to details. That's what my former boss used to tell me. In 2013, I worked in one of these major companies. One of the major things I took out from there is, Dami, always pay attention to details. Now 6, 7, 8, 10 years down the line, I understand what she was saying. Attention to detail is very important. So even in your first attempt, make it your best attempt. So that even if you have to revise or redo, the work is already done. Then it can only get better from there. So you need to always make your first attempt your best attempt. Know also anyways that you're going to have more attempt at this. But imagine that, and in life at times, that's even your final attempt at things. So you need to have that mindset. The second mindset that you need to have is what I call the mindset of a global standard. Don't be local. Don't be a mediocre. Now, this is all very important because people even now have to migrate. There are a lot of problems in Nigeria. People are going to Canada. People are going to US and other places. Now, the problem I have with most people is that even in Nigeria, they are living average life. Now, there's a part of the scripture that says that if you run with footmen and they weary you, how can you run with horsemen? Think about that. So if in a country where anything goes and all that, you're living a mediocre life, what's going to happen when you have to leave the country? Now, even as a business person, you must have that global mindset. Of course, you think local, but you need to think global at the same time. Because come to think of it, the world is a global village. A lot of the businesses that we're doing now, digital technology are disrupting it. So somebody from Ghana can sell clothes to somebody in Nigeria. Somebody from maybe South Africa can sell digital services to somebody in Nigeria. So the world is becoming a global village, or has already become a global village. Now you're going to distinct yourself. You have to think global. You have to have international standard. And that's why, for example, you see that you have ISO certification. That's to make sure that the people are par internationally. So you need to think about it. An opportunity will come. An opportunity does come. But are you sure you can operate at that global level if an opportunity shows up today? Look at a lot of companies that are making us proud out of Nigeria. Recently, we have David Wedge going to London. So imagine they've always had mediocre, operation. You are not going to be able to compete somewhere in London. Fast fashion, everything is high tech. So you need to think about that. Now, and for other people that are migrating, come to think about it, what unique skill set do you have? Do you operate at the level of excellence, what we call the 1% of the 1%? So that when you get to all these climbs, you are able to thrive. You are able to go for the best of jobs, not mania jobs all around the place. When I travel, I see a lot of Nigerian hustling. And I'm telling myself, what's the point in working 70, 20 hours? Now, how are you going to enjoy the money? Because for you to live at par, there are two ways. Is either you give high level of excellence. That means your heartbeat is so excellent that people are willing to pay you top dollar for it. Or you go mass retail, which is you do a lot of work to make up for the figure. What will you rather do? An 8-hour job when you earn maybe, let me just say, for each hour you earn $1,000, for example. Or you want to do 10 jobs, and at the end of the day, you're earning, almost even less what somebody that is doing 8 hours. And the ball is always in our court. It's about building core competencies that are hard to match, hard to find. In these Nigerians where people are complaining of lack of job, there are roles. I've been involved in several recruitment. Currently, there are vacant roles that we can't fill up. So the problem now is you see lots of Nigeria use adults. It's a culture. The culture of lack of excellence. Now that leads me to the third point. You need to create a life of consistency. That's one of the bane and the problem that I found in people nowadays. Lack of consistency. So you need to understand, people need to predict you. And that borders on personal branding. And there are core elements about branding. There's the external one, there's the internal one. So today we're focusing on excellence as a critical building block of personal branding. You need to always show up. You need to be consistent. You need to be predictable in a sense that people know what you will do. Your output must be consistent. We know about McDonald's, about KFC. It should always be, the taste shouldn't be different from what it was yesterday. And people favors and reward consistency. You need to have that reputation for being consistent, especially to be consistent in excellence. Let people think about excellence and let them think about it. A lot of people have gotten jobs because of this. A lot of people have been open to opportunities because of it. Because they're looking for somebody that acts in excellent spirit. Your name pops up. Remember anyway, not so many people have that culture or that mindset of excellence. So it's so easy for your name to pop up in the mind of people. We have plumbers in Nigeria that will do mediocre jobs. We have drivers that will do whatever they like. You have staffs that will do whatever they like. Businesses that are not consistent with customer service. So we are really our bane in this country. Agreed, we have poor leadership. But we as citizens will contribute loads of inconsistency into the system. Banks, mediocre customer services, and nobody is calling anybody to books. Nobody is calling anybody out. It's a culture of impunity. Now, if we really want to survive as an individual in the days to come, then you need to imbibe that culture of excellence. So guys, yeah, today is a tough one, but we need to say this. So, make up your mind today to be a person of excellence in your input, in your output, in the way you dress, in the way you address people, in the way you run your business, in the way you attend to customer service. Make sure, no matter what level of depravity that you have in terms of resources, make the best out of what you have. Be excellent with what you have. Because if you're faithful with little, you will get much. So guys, that's what we have for you today on DamGood Convo. Do have a productive week.